welcome back to another Motion 5 tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make dust particles. Tust? I don't know what tust is. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to make dust particles. I'm fully aware there's another tutorial out there on how to do this. However, I'm going to do it an alternative way, and I'm going to use an emitter, a snow emitter. And in my opinion, it's an easier way, but I'm not saying it's the right or wrong. I'm just saying it's an easier way. It's an alternative way. So yeah, okay, I'm going to go to open a new motion project. Frame rate 30 frames per second. I'm going to go duration 18 seconds and click open. And then, as always, I'm going to get my preview pane and click fit. Drop the drop down and click fit. Go to my library, go to my generators, select lens and click apply. I'm going to go to my inspector. Just have a quick look at my properties. Is there anything I want to do? Obviously I could move the position and all that good stuff from here and change the scale of my flare as is shown now, and I'm just going to leave the scale at 353%. Okay, I'm then going to go to my generator tab, and what I am going to do, I'm going to drop this right to the very bottom of my generator tab, and I'm going to go to this glow fall off and drag it down to the left, and it gives you this really nice sort of reddish colour. What I'm then going to do, I'm going to drag the center of this and put it up in the corner of the screen here. And the reason I'm just adding a lens flare is purely just to show off the dust particles later on. I'm just going to keyframe this a little bit as well. So I'm going to drag my intensity down to 0.15 and click the record button. Drag my timeline up to about 9 seconds and drag the intensity up to 2.38. Drag the timeline over to about 15 seconds and drag the intensity down back to about 0.5 whatever, 0.4 something. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm then going to go back to the start of my timeline, and on the streak intensity I'm going to just click add a keyframe, go up to about 8 seconds, and then I'm going to increase the streak intensity. I'm going to go up again and decrease the streak intensity, and again I'm not just, this is just random, just to add a little bit of something to the tutorial. Okay, go back to the start. Streak count, I'm going to drag it down to about 1, up to between these two keyframes, and then I'm going to add some more streaks like this down to the center here and take some streaks away like this, and then I'm going to deselect record. I'm going to press play and just see what I've done. Okay, so you notice the streaks come in, the intensity increases as we've got the timeline, and it drags back down. Okay, so I'm happy with that, but that's just to add a little bit of animation to the tutorial itself, or to the end product itself. Okay, then I'm going to go back to library and select my particle emitters. Now before I do anything, I'm going to go project, highlight project, and click the little plus button here to make a new group. I'm not going to rename the group or do anything with it like that. I'm just going to add a new group, and I'm going to scroll down to Snow Flurry. Is it Snow Flurry? We'll see. So okay, so you can use Snow Blizzard or you can use Snow Flurry. It doesn't matter, and the outcome is just dependent on what you put on the inspector properties. So with particle emitters such as snow, they are quite memory intensive. So depending on what type of Mac you've got, or the specifications of your Mac, it might keep slowing your Mac down and even crash it in some instances and crash Motion 5 for you. So what we can do, we can just select the Snow Flurry and click apply. So now I've got my Snow Flurry here, and I'm just going to go to my timeline and make sure it's for the duration of my timeline. And you noticed that there we go, there's my Snow Flurry, and it does make my Mac stutter a little bit. So What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to keep it highlighted here, but I'm going to turn it off. And everything I do, I'm going to edit with the snow flurry turned off, turn it on, and then render it out, just to help anybody out that's been having issues. So I'm going to go back to the start of my timeline, and the first thing that I'm going to do is go to my preview pane and put it on 25%, and drag these corners out so it is the same size as my preview pane. Then I'm going to go back to fit, my fit window, and right, okay, with my snow flurry selected, I'm going to go to properties, and the first thing that I'm going to want to do is change the opacity. So I'm just going to go to the opacity and change it to 12%, and then I'm going to go across to the emitter tab, and the size up here I'm going to make, let's 688. The width, if it doesn't already default to 688. The height, I'm going to change the height. I'm going to go 235 for the height. And the columns, we're going to have 15 columns. We're going to have 15 rows. Tile offset can stay as it is. 3D selected, checked in local 3D faster. And the emission angle, right, the emission, we want it to emit the snow flurry everywhere. So we're going to go 360 degrees. Emission longitude, 360 degrees. Emission range, we're going to make this 250 degrees, and that's it for that part. And I'm going to open this thing called master controls just down here, and on the birth rate I am going to have the birth rate, which is 200, so it's the amount at which it comes out, so it's quite a lot, 200%. But the initial number, I don't know, you could leave it at 100%. Let's just put it at 30% just for a laugh. The life, let's have that as 200%, could even 300%, 200%, so it lasts quite long. And then the scale, right, we want them to be really small, don't we? So let's have 6% on the scale. The speed, we want them to move really, really slow, because that's what particles do. They move really, really slow, just particles. And then the spin, we're going to have that, want that at 50%. So the speed is 0.5, sorry, the scale is 6%, speed is 0.5, and the spin is 50%. And that is quite important, that bit. And that is us done. So if I open that now, if I turn on the snow flurry now, let's have a look what's happening. We've got like quite a nice particle effect that that will increase as the keyframe increases and the brightness of the lens flare. Now, if you wanted, you could sort of make these particles get dragged towards this lens flare by simply adding a behavior to the lens flare, maybe an attractor to the lens flare. But yeah, that's as simple as it is. I'm going to render that out and I'll show you it at the end of this video. But if you have any questions, and there's a lot of things that you can do, you can mess about with obviously the emitter over here. But if you have any questions, or if you have any comments, or you have any points, or indeed you would like me to try and work something out for you within Motion 5, please drop me a bell and drop me a comment below. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you all later. Bye.